This will be a test match, trying out a splash and survival rack, doing the all-color one supported by City of Brass. Gotta mulligan that, unfortunately. I have to mulligan that as well. And I'm gonna keep that, of course. I will get rid of... yeah, probably these two. Okay, Terrageddon. Terrageddon is usually a very favorable matchup. We'll see whether the splash affects it negatively. Alright, they're able to start activating right off the bat, but they're still in a pretty weak position nonetheless. Though, I mean, I didn't draw anything good, so I am also just going to play that forest. I'll probably hold this last one in my hand for a bit. And going to hold the bird. Got to be ready for survival if it shows up. We'll see what they get. Basic, okay. Yeah, that's reasonable. Doesn't damage them or deplete itself. Gotta have something something durable, I guess, if they're gonna use it over and over and over. Yeah, I've got these turns with nice big openings, but I don't know, I just can't get anything to work. Ironic to be so mana flooded after mulliganing twice because of mana, but that is just a hazard playing the deck. Oh, that's interesting. They're playing a rogue deck. Tap an untapped white creature, prevent all damage that sources of the counter choice would deal this turn. Okay. Quiet speculation. Alright. I'm not sure why a deck like that would play... oh, man. Would play Weathered Wayfarer. But I'm sure there are reasons. I mean, with what I've seen, there's really no way to to anticipate what they've got. You know, I'll play Braids here. I put Braids back in because with the splash comes Tradewind Rider, and Tradewind Rider makes Braids better. Seems like enough to push it back into playability. I mean, I played it for a long time and was mostly happy with it, and then it got pushed out because of space, but it never stopped being good. I just need this space for something else. Yeah, normally playing against a Weathered Wayfarer with Braids would not be the greatest, but in this situation, it's a very good place to be. It's pretty useful against Undiscovered Paradise on turn 1, that's for sure. Alright, so that's both revealed cards. See what they follow with. Tireless Tribe. Okay, I still don't get the Wayfarer. And the speculation is a little bit puzzling. Good. Just making sure I'm not misreading this. It doesn't seem super useful. Discard that. If I wanted to play it safe, I could just immediately get Bone Shredder. Or, oh, this is better. Yeah, Gilded Drake gives me the mana needed to get Squee, so I'll get Squee. I mean, I could attack, but I'd rather, I mean, I don't know if they have an extra copy of About Face, they could get my Braids, and I really want to keep it. So I'll discard this. Go get Drake. And end the turn. I'm not at all concerned about them having the Drake. Obviously it's a combo deck. Oh, Circular Logic. That's good protection. Very economical. Yeah, I know I've glanced at versions of this deck before, but none with Quiet Speculation. Yeah, regardless of the version, Circular Logic is, I think, definitely a good inclusion. Yeah, it's a 1/5 now, no point in attacking. Potentially they could get me. It would involve replaying the Undiscovered Paradise using Shadow Rift and About Face. They have more than enough cards in hand, I think. That'd be 6, 5, and then the Shadow Rift would replace itself, so yeah, I'd be dead. But yeah, they kept the planes, which doesn't allow their out. They must have maybe neither side of it. I'm not sure. That's actually really good. I'm gonna play the Fiend. And yeah, once I have their hand scoped out, and hopefully if they have counter, I can either make them use it on the Fiend or get rid of it with the Fiend. Then I can discard Squee and kill the tribe with Bone Shredder. Then I can sack the Bone Shredder by stacking the Echo to resolve after the Braids during my next turn. Nice. Yeah, even if they have another Circular Logic, they don't have the mana for it. I think this is probably going to end the game. This series of 2 plays. Or I guess it's a sequence, really. It's better, the better word than series here. Shredder. Get my 2 points in. Got my Braids. That's too bad. Yeah, I don't like that it's exiled, and I don't like that I paid 4 and they paid 1. It's I mean, Sword Splashers is the best removal in the format, so I guess that's just how it goes. I'll have to get them in some other way. I could play Hypnotist, maybe. Just kill their whole hand. Leave me with an active survival and squee going. Bentley Mage, that's alright. Recurring Nightmare. Definitely a threatening card. Another Tireless Tribe. Alright, I almost said Nomads Encore. That's the other combo. 1/1 for a white. No on that. Yes on this. Another land. Okay. With that being the case, I'm going to discard and like I could play Masticore and then keep it alive by getting Squee back, but then I wouldn't have a creature for survival. I guess I could discard the Squee in response, go get Genesis, discard the Genesis to keep Masticore alive. Or alternatively, I could just take 2 cards with the Hypnotist. That would leave them the opening of... And actually, the Masticore doesn't actually kill it. It just reduces their hand by 1. But reducing the hand by 1 makes them unable to kill me. So, you know what? I'm going to go for Hypnotist. I've got some time here. They just don't have the cards right now to kill me, even if they draw perfectly with, like, Shadow Rift into About Face. Fire Ice and Mongrel. That's cool. I mean, Wild Mongrel is a good card overall. I mean, of course, it doesn't combo like Tireless Tribe, but it's good backup. It enables circular logic. You could definitely steal some games, I think, against the right deck. I mean, probably not against this one because of all the walls, but I do like it as an inclusion, I think. Fire Ice is really good for this deck. And I've got something actually happening in the present that I need to focus on. Do I want to block? I mean, yeah, I think I do. I just want the Mage dead. Not that I need Recurring Nightmare if I draw it. I just don't see a lot of value in the Hypnotist at this particular moment. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. I'll play Masticore. And I'll use this right now. They save it, but of course, now they have 0 cards and they're about to go up to 1. Oh. Yeah, that's the weakness of the combo. It's very efficient with mana, and it is 2 cards if they don't have a blocker, I guess 3 if they do. But yeah, if you wear them down, then they're kind of in a tough spot. Anyway, I've got enough mana to just Masticore twice, once during my turn, once during theirs. Put the stop on their upkeep real quick. What will I want? I'm about to put them at 14, so after I take care of that, I'll attack again and put them at 10. That means I want Deranged Hermit. because that'll close that one turn faster. Though actually, of course it is going to be discarded. I don't know what I was thinking there. Sort of got ahead of myself. But anyway, if they do, like, Ray of Revelation, either by drawing it or by speculating into it, then I'll be happy to have that in the graveyard. So actually, I think that play does make sense, though it still would have been better if I made it more deliberately. Yeah, sort of got so far down the rabbit hole that I forgot what I was actually doing. I can attack here. They can block if they want. Should I have attacked first? Yeah, that would have been better. That was another sequencing error. Yeah, City of Brass can be a little buggy with the order in which you click stuff, but ultimately it does work if you just undo and redo. There we are. Yeah, the game is fully locked out at that point. That was an interesting first game. I like the mix of cards here. I really don't understand the... I guess I really just don't get Quiet Speculation and Prismatic Strands. I mean, Strands, of course, is probably a one-of for Speculation. But is Speculation good enough? I don't know. I mean, getting 3 Deep Analysis does help up their card quantity, which is important. Anyway, I want that. I want that. Oh, play Strom Ball. What do I not want here? Let's see. Monk Realist has no purpose here. Maybe Ranger and Rider. I guess Braids is pretty good. Drake I want, Fiend I want. Worm. I don't know. I guess I want Worm. Shredder. Nightmare is a little bit iffy. I can get by with just Genesis. And then without Nightmare, I can take the Hermits out. Don't have to kill them fast, so much as just disarm them. Hypnotist is great. Genesis. Flame Taikavu is good. I mean, they've got Melee Mage and whatnot. If this were the normal no-splash version, I would have Soul Rend to go after their white creatures, which would be just extremely good. Anyway, I have to find something to get rid of it. Maybe just the Masticore. I mean, it's very... like, what it does is good, but it costs a lot in terms of cards and mana. I think I can do better than that. We have Duress and Therapy. I could go up to 4, but I don't think I want to. And I've got Gaia's Cradle in the sideboard. That's just sort of a experimentation. There are... I mean, I guess there's a very big disparity between when it's good and when it's bad. A lot of that is dependent on the matchup. I mean, it comes down to how many creatures you have. How many creatures you have depends on how hard the opponent's working to get rid of them. And I guess also if they're even capable of getting rid of them in the first place. So that I think I can keep. It has 1 land, but I can work my way up. I have Drake as quick defense. I've got 3 mana sources ultimately. Yeah, the amount of mana in this deck is deceptive. It's almost half the deck. Yeah, I don't think they have any removal aside from Fire Eyes. And I don't think they would keep that. They're probably trying to kill me fast. If the game goes long, it seems like I would win it. I mean, partly just from downsizing their hand with Duress and Cabal Therapy. Like they need a certain critical mass to even make the nomads big enough. Anyway, glad to have a real forest here. If they play Nomad, or I guess Nomadic Tribe, then quiet speculation. Did I have a Withered Wretch in the sideboard that I didn't consider? Yeah, I think I just sort of went through my time. That's fine though, I can get by without it. If I neglected to put it in, then I'll definitely want it later. Yeah, they've got a lot of Graveyard Hate. They've got a lot of stuff that makes me wish I had Graveyard Hate, but I mean really it's not that big of a deal. Reclamation I can work around. Well, I mean, sorry, Ray of Revelation I can work around. Reclamation probably just doesn't matter much. Deep Analysis is good. That's probably the most useful. Then Ray, then Reclamation. What am I going to do here? I don't think they have the Nomad. If they had Melee Mage, would they have played it? I'm going to go for Circular Logic. I bet they have 4 of it, and it's really good defense against me. Oh, Psychotog. Huh. Yeah, that's not very menacing, I think. Actually, maybe I should go after it. I can sack the therapy before passing priority. Yeah, I better. Oh. There we are. Typing a little sloppy. Now they're in a really bad spot. Their total hand size is very low. The card, I mean, Gemstone Mine is fine. Roar of the Worm seems really bad in their current state. Working their size back up though with the Deep Analysis. About Face is nice as wall removal. It's an interesting application for it. Human. That'll take out the tribe, and it'll halfway kill a Melee Mage. Roar of the Worm, I'm gonna guess is a one of. I suppose I do like the I wonder how I'd put it. Oh, no, that's too bad. I do like the versatility of the extensive toolbox. I mean, I have something similar going with survival. But yeah, that's the 5th different flashback card of the match. Like, I have Braids, but I'm not in a position to use it really, so I'm I'm just going to play the other plague. Name human again. I'd just be okay with Braids not doing anything. Oh, Braids in my mind. Let's go for human. I'd really like to hit my next land and just play Muse. Hopefully they haven't found a circular logic yet. Alright, the ray is used. I still am getting in the way of their combo, but yeah, this melee mage of course can come down. Turns my braids back on, I suppose, for what that's worth. I could exchange this, but that seems like I'm opening the door to losing. Good to be rid of the Ray of Revelation for sure. Do I play it? It would stop the bleeding immediately, but it would just sort of sit there and play. If I had survival, it would be... If I had survival, I guess I could work up to Hypnotist, or I could play Braids and sack it that way. Yeah, I do have two distinct ways to put it in the yard. And also, I mean, they've got Phyrexian Furnace, so it's probably just going to be a 1-1 anyway. Yeah, there's with two pieces of Graveyard Hate, it's not going to make it. I'll just put it on the board and have it protect me. One land off from casting Roar of the Worm. Oh, Swords to Plowshares. I guess I didn't expect that, though. I don't know. I'm not sure how reliant they are on the graveyard. It seemed like a secondary plan. But then again, I gotta focus on what's happening. I'm gonna go for Muse. I have two cities right now, which is inconvenient. But I felt like 3 was the minimum to play. No way would I do 4, but... Oh no, the alternatives are Undiscovered Paradise, which I really don't like. Or a lair land that doesn't quite make all the colors I need. I mean, I'm using all 5. Or Gemstone Mine, which I also really don't like. I guess there's the Grand Coliseum or whatever, but... That's obviously bad. How do I want to handle that? I could give them the Gilded Drake. They can still flash back the Roar of the Worm. So the worms will be facing each other off, and then they'll have a 3-3. And I'll have the city, and I'll have the Muse. Really doesn't put me in a good spot. Though I guess I can sack the Muse for what it's worth. I don't know, 3 per turn is a lot. I need to have some way to cope with the worm. The best way to do that is to just trade for it. So, I don't know. I mean, taking 3 is bad, but taking 6 or just throwing a creature in the way every turn seems worse. I have a lot of ways to get out of it if I go this route. Yeah, Gilded Drake and Tradewind Rider two really big contributions here from the other colors. Yeah, I don't like the position it puts me in, but I don't think I have a better play. Melee Mage on survival is problematic. I feel like I'm probably gonna lose. Huh. I mean, I do have two humans. Maybe I should throw them in front of the worm? And then play the plague once I actually get survival? I will attack with the worm. Alternatively, I could play the plague on Drake, which would slow down their offense, but I'd still be in pretty big trouble, and it would remove survival as an ad. Alright, they took it. That's good. Which one do I want to play? I don't want to sack anything to Hypnotist. I guess it's better to have the Hypnotist as an immediate way to get rid of Muse. I'll play Braids, have them sack a permanent, and then I'll block with it, which is a pretty good exchange, but of course they have way more land than they need. They can just toss the one counter gemstone. Yeah, no need to play the second wall of roots there. Actually, would that have been better? Maybe. I mean, I really don't want to take City of Brass damage, but on the other hand, if I get something like, I don't know, consecutive wall blossoms or whatever, I would be happy to have the mana. Alright. Now they're dead unless they have something. I can play Plague on Human, get in for 9. I bet they've got something. Cashing in the Furnace. Probably would have been better for them to do that before making their attacking decisions. Oh, great. Yeah, now... now I'm in a spot where not playing the Wall of Roots will lose me the game if they have an answer. Which is better? I mean, both... I could just go for the... I've got to think, okay, if they have swords, what are they going to do with it? I attack with both, they get rid of one, I go out of immediate death range. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Yeah, I should have played the wall last turn, even at the expense of what now is 1/3 of my life. But actually, no, that wouldn't have gained me a mana because the tapping of the second City of Brass would kill me. So actually, I have the same amount either way. Hopefully I've got them now. If they have Fire Ice, I'm dead. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I could have gone for Flametongue Kavu and then in for the win. Oh, good, that's it. But if they swords, this would be my backup to kill the Drake. However, it would be a problem that I have 2 Plagues on human, because then I couldn't use the Muse to... Or I guess I couldn't use the Hypnotist to sack the Muse. I'd have to draw Cabal Therapy, or... I mean, my Flametongue Kavu is occupied killing the Drake. So killing the Muse with it isn't an option. But yeah, overall this was a cool match. I really like the Tireless Tribe combo. And yeah, I mean, I guess a pretty good reflection on the 5-color City of Brass splash.